Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I wanted to talk with you guys a little bit about Cadence and how I'm using Cadence training in conjunction with Trainer Road, and how I think it's going to help make me a stronger, better rider on the bike. Now, as you guys know, I've talked about it in several videos of mine in the past, or maybe you're a new subscriber, I'm not sure, but I'm a really big proponent in using Cadence as a way to increase your abilities on the bike. And I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about what I'm doing specifically on Trainer Road and how I'm using Cadence as a way to train on Trainer Road. Now, pretty much what I'm doing, and I'm going to use yesterday's ride as a prime example of this. Yesterday on Trainer Road, I did the COIP endurance ride. It's a 2.5-hour ride. I did a 15-minute warm-up, and pretty much the entire ride. So that's 2 hours and 45 minutes of continuous, non-stop pedaling on the bike. Okay, so if you factor in the fact that you're not getting any rest, okay, no off pedaling. I'm pedaling continuously for 2 hours and 45 minutes. That basically is the equivalent of doing like probably close to 4 hours of outdoor riding, because you're not getting any breaks. There's no downhills, there's no coasting periods, there's no undulations in the road. So basically, doing like 2 hours and 45 minutes on the indoor trainer is equivalent to doing like probably 4 hours of riding outside on the bike. And I did this entire ride. My average cadence for the entire ride. And again, I mean, I was riding, anywhere from like, I think it was, like anywhere from like 60 to 80% of my FTP. So again, it wasn't a hard ride. It wasn't like I was, full gas, but it also wasn't an easy ride. I mean, there were segments where I was, cranking around at, almost 4 watts per kilo. So I mean, it was a tough ride at points. And my average cadence for the entire ride, the whole 2 hours and 45 minutes, was 102. So I had periods where I was a little bit under, and I had some periods where I was over, 110 plus cadence. But my average cadence for the entire ride was 102. And, what that all means, as far as I'm concerned, is there's no question, and I've had this discussion with, friends of mine and people on the channel that have commented back and forth on some different things, and I agree wholeheartedly. When you're spinning at a higher cadence, it does raise your heartbeat, okay? It does put more of a demand on your cardiovascular system, okay, than if I was to, ride at 90 cadence or 85 cadence. Yeah, there's no question. If I did yesterday's ride at 85 cadence, my heart rate would have been a lot lower, and it probably would have felt more sustainable, or, it probably would have felt easier doing it at a more moderate cadence than, focusing on trying to hold, basically over 100 cadence for the whole ride. Yes, it was putting a higher demand on my cardiovascular system, okay? But that's what I'm trying to accomplish, because it's my belief, anyways, that if I go out there and I ride at 102 average cadence for 2 hours and 45 minutes on an indoor trainer, okay, I'm working on my cardiovascular system, okay? I'm building up efficiency in my cardiovascular system, so that when I go out and ride at 95 cadence, or ride at, a lower cadence, my body is getting so used to that I can do that more efficiently. And conversely, I'm going to be able to ride at 102 cadence a lot more efficiently down the road, because I'm training that. I'm training high cadence in my rides. Okay, I'm doing this intentionally, and it's my belief. Okay, that I just know for myself, I can hold higher power. I can hold higher, wattage powers. I can hold higher power for a longer duration of time the higher my cadence is. The best way I can explain that is, if I'm climbing a 2-mile hill that's, 15% grades, just, say, or 10% grade, okay, I can hold, like, say I wanted to target, 290 watts. I could hold 290 watts longer at 100 cadence or 105 cadence than I could hold 280 watts at 70 cadence or 75 cadence. Okay? And conversely, I can go even above like my sustainable power. I could ride at 310 watts or 330 watts. I could do that for a longer duration. I mean, it's not sustainable for me. At this point, 310 cadence or 310 watts is not sustainable. That's a VO2 max effort for me. But I can hold it longer in a do or die situation, in a race or a group ride, whatever it may be, in a situation where I have to hold a wheel in front of me. I can hold higher wattages, VO2 max intervals. I can hold it longer at 105 cadence than I can hold it at 80 cadence. That's for me, that's a simple fact. It's what I can do. And I think the vast majority of people could do that, but very few people train at those kind of cadences. So it's my belief that if I go out and do these really long rides, and I'm pretty much doing every ride on Trainer Road, my average cadence is at least upper 90s. I can't even remember the last time I've averaged like below 96 cadence or 97 cadence. I'm always up there. I'm trying to hold 100 cadence pretty much the whole ride, no matter what kind of ride it is. And it's my belief that by going out there and training day in and day out, every single ride, training high cadence, my body is going to become more and more efficient every time I do that at sustaining those cadences. So this way here, when I get myself into a group ride or I get myself into a race, and now we get into a situation where the screw gets tightened and it's an all-out effort and you got to hang on to that group in front of you or else you're going to get dropped. It's my belief that being able to sit there at 300 watts for 2 minutes at 105 cadence is going to be the difference for me being able to hang on to those stronger riders in front of me or getting dropped. That's what I believe, and that's what I'm trying to train for. Okay, because when I'm in an all-out effort, I'm never going to be riding at 70 cadence. I'm not going to do that. When it's full gas time, for me, it's all about hitting high cadence and hitting high wattage numbers. And in my opinion, I think it would be. I think a lot of people, like I said, I think a lot of people would be surprised at how much higher wattages they could hold for longer periods of time at higher cadence. But again, a lot of people don't like to train that way because once they rev up their cadence a little bit, they say, "Oh, my heart rate just rose 5 beats a minute, 5 beats or 10 beats," and it kind of sketches them out, and they think, "Well, that's not good. I want my heart rate to be lower. This is going to max me out." But if you train that, but you have to train that. That's training your cardiovascular system is like training anything else. And by focusing on higher cadence, you're training your body to become more capable of sustaining those cadences. And the more you do that, the easier it becomes. And like I said, yesterday I rode at 102 cadence, and it really wasn't. I didn't find it hard at all. You talk to some people, they might say, "Geez, you rode, you're up for almost 3 hours at 102 cadence." Like, they would think it's kind of strange, but for me, that's just like an everyday, that's like an average ride now, and my body is just becoming so used to the high cadence that I don't look at 102 as being high. So when I get into these really maxed all-out efforts, these full gas efforts where I got to hang on to a strong rider in front of me, I ride at 110, 120 cadence, and I can hold the power numbers. For me, I generate more power. Okay, and I can hold that power longer. So I really can't stress enough the importance of cadence, and I just think more people need to focus on that, need to train that, need to at least experiment with it, at least give it a shot. A lot of people out there just dismiss this high cadence approach just from just because it's not like the norm or it's not the common thing you see, but guys, take a look at even in the pro pelotons. Take a look at the guys that are winning races, that are winning mountain stages, and even winning any of the races, the bunch sprint finishes, anything. Look at the guys winning these races, and in those do or die moments, those hard efforts. Show me a guy that's grinding at 70 cadence. Those days are over with. I think high cadence is the way to go. That's why I train the way I do, and I think it's something that would be very. I think it's something that a lot of people would find to be a very productive way to increase their abilities on the bike. And I just wanted to make this short little vlog for you guys. I know I've talked about it in several past videos, but I really can't hammer home enough the importance of cadence. And in my opinion, you need to put whatever gears you need to put on your bike to hit those cadences. Like I said, I mean, you can probably, I don't know if you can see behind me here, but I've got this is a 36 tooth cassette on this Kestrel RT800 here. It's this is a 10-speed bike. Got the 36 tooth cassette on here, and I got a compact chainring up front, 3450. So the easiest gear in this bike is 3436, and yeah, I can spin up 15% grades at 100 plus RPMs, and a lot of times even higher. Okay, so that's how I've been training. I pretty much train this way exclusively now. I do no more, big gear mashing stuff. I don't even do it at all. To me, it has absolutely no use in the way I ride. I'm all about high cadence. I'm all about building up my aerobic efficiency, all about building up my cardiovascular system, because that's what's going to make me faster on the bike, and that's what I'm trying to do. So anyways, guys, just wanted to make this vlog for you. I hope you found it informative. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And as always, I look forward to seeing you guys right back here in the next video.